Imagine a man walking through a busy market, unaffected by the shouts, stares, and whispers around him. He's not arrogant, he's centered. He's not cold, but clear. That man moves with the spirit of a Stoic, and that spirit is rare in today's world. We live in an age where everyone has an opinion about how you should live, what to wear, what to post, who you should be. But as Epictetus once said, if you want to grow, be content with being seen as foolish and stupid. True growth starts the moment you stop trying to impress others and begin living for yourself. This isn't about being careless, it's about being fearless. Because if you don't learn to ignore the noise, it will drown out your own voice. This is how you stop caring about what others think. By grounding yourself so firmly in who you are that the world can no longer shake you. Realize they aren't thinking about you. That much we tell ourselves a big lie when we think everyone is watching us, scrutinizing our every move and mocking us behind our backs. The truth is, people are too preoccupied with their own issues, their imperfections, how they look, and their own problems. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most important figures in history, wrote, "We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Relax and think about that. We lie to satisfy people who don't care about us. Once you realize how little they care, you can focus on what truly matters. When you walk into a room and feel like everyone's watching you, every laugh and whisper is a reflection of your own insecurities. The reality is, people aren't thinking about you. They're preoccupied with themselves. Just like you, they're wondering if they sound odd, if they look confident, or if they're being judged. It's a cycle of imagined spotlight where everyone thinks they're the star. There are no true watchers in the play. Socrates advised us not to be concerned with others' opinions. His words were, "Being who we say we are is the best way to live with honor." So how can we do that if we're constantly changing to fit others' expectations? Stop letting people who don't notice you dictate who you are meant to be. Wake up. Most of their thoughts are fleeting. You waste hours worrying about something they've forgotten seconds later. No one is watching you. The version they imagine of you isn't even accurate. Stop living like you're invisible, not because you're unnoticed, but because how others see you doesn't define your truth. You begin to move lighter when you let go of the idea that you are constantly being observed. Speak clearly. Stop altering your life for people who aren't interested. This is freedom. The moment you stop believing that others' eyes mean anything. Define your own standards. If their applause makes you feel alive, their silence can kill you. Most people don't define success for themselves. They adopt the definitions given to them by others: money, fame, likes, and approval. But these rewards are fleeting. Seneca wisely said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces trouble, because he has no chance to prove himself." The ease of being liked often leads to a hollow life. Choose discomfort. Make your own rules and decide what truly matters. When you live by your own standards, the importance of external noise fades. Each time you try to follow someone else's path, go to school, get a job, buy unnecessary things, you stray further from your true sense of success. Seneca understood that hardship forces you to confront who you really are, not the version you're trying to portray. When you stop judging your worth based on others' opinions, something powerful happens. Making decisions becomes easier. You start to choose what feels right, even when it's uncomfortable. People may question your decisions. If you choose peace over fame, they'll think you're not working hard enough. When you stop asking for their plan, it all becomes irrelevant. Define success for yourself. It could mean free time, a peaceful home, creating art, or helping others. Your definition is the only one that matters. People's praise becomes nothing more than background noise. Once you claim your path, the world's opinion doesn't matter. Use their judgment as a mirror, not a master. Judgment isn't always wrong, but it's not always right either. It's important to observe it, but not let it define you. When someone criticizes you, ask yourself, is this feedback or projection? Epictetus taught that what happens to you is irrelevant. What matters is how you respond. Judgment will come, but it's up to you whether you turn it into a wound or a tool. If it's helpful, learn from it. If not, discard it. Every judgment is like a mirror, but not all reflections are true. Ego can distort how we see ourselves, and sometimes people project their unresolved pain onto us. Don't let these distorted reflections shape who you are. Instead, pause and ask, does this judgment show me something I need to work on, or does it reveal something about them? There's such a thing as false praise and false judgment. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't let what other people say stop you." We shouldn't ignore the world entirely, but we must prioritize our values over the noise. Use their judgment as a mirror. Let the useful insights stay and let the rest fall away. By doing so, you become stable, not because others stop judging you, but because their judgment no longer dictates your worth. Practice Stoic indifference. According to Stoicism, true strength lies in apatheia, invincibility, not apathy. It's the skill of staying calm and steady, regardless of external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "You control your mind, not what happens outside." Knowing this makes you resilient. People are free to have opinions, but you're free to not care. Not reacting carries a quiet power. When you've mastered this inner calm, you don't blush when praised, nor fall apart when insulted. Stoics weren't heartless. They just understood that true power doesn't need to shout. Epictetus said, "If someone is able to provoke you, know that your mind is part of the provocation." The hard truth is that it's not their fault if you get caught up in drama. It's your connection, your pride, and your desire to be liked. You become stronger when you let go of that need, not through anger, but through calm acceptance. This makes you resilient to rumors, rejection, and uncertainty. When others call you indifferent, let them. You've learned that their opinions have no power over you. You don't have to feel emotionally numb. You simply manage your emotions without letting them control you. That's what true strength looks like. Seek solitude to hear your own voice. In a noisy world, clarity is a form of rebellion. Many people never stop to truly listen to their own beliefs. They get lost in the noise. Solitude helps you regain focus. Seneca wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." He often withdrew into silence to sharpen his mind. The quiet space allows your true voice, unshaped by fear or expectation, to emerge. Take time away from the screen, from constant opinions, and listen to your own thoughts. Solitude isn't about being alone, it's about gaining clarity. It's the sacred space where you reconnect with your truth. Only then can you recognize how much of your life has been shaped by external forces. When you follow the crowd, you often lose your own direction. Step away and be still. Write without editing, think without distraction, and don't share your thoughts for validation. This is how you rediscover your truth. Test yourself in public. The fear of judgment grows when you hide. To overcome it, you must put yourself out there, deliberately and courageously. Speak up in meetings, share your work online, and express your true thoughts, even when it feels uncomfortable. The Stoics believed that hardship strengthens the mind. Epictetus said, "Pains are what make a person what they are." The fear of judgment lessens each time you face it. People's opinions lose their power once you stand firm in your truth. By doing things that scare you, you teach yourself to stay strong. Fear isn't something to avoid, it's something to face. Each time you confront it, you become more resilient. Build something greater than approval. When you have a strong purpose, approval doesn't matter. Focus on creating something meaningful, whether it's a business, art, or helping others. Marcus Aurelius didn't write meditations to impress anyone. He wrote it to improve himself. Build from the heart, and you'll create something lasting. Seeking approval is like chasing a fleeting high. It feels good temporarily, but it doesn't nourish you. True strength comes when you build something for yourself, not for praise. When you live by your values, your work becomes its own reward. Stop explaining. Your self-silence is freedom. When you act in line with your values, you don't need to justify yourself to others. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your ideas. Let your life speak." The more you explain, the less power you have. When you seek others' approval, you give them control over your peace. But your truth is yours, and it doesn't need anyone else's permission. Stop explaining yourself and start living your truth. If people don't understand, that's their issue, not yours. The more you stand firm in your beliefs, the less you need others to agree with you. Surround yourself with the unshaken. People you spend time with influence how you see the world. Seek those who live by their truth without fear of judgment. Being around them makes you stronger. They won't change when criticized, and neither will you. Find those who have learned to rise above judgment, and you'll begin to do the same. 10. Choose respect over approval. Respect is earned through your actions, not by seeking approval. Choosing respect over approval means staying true to your values, even when it's uncomfortable. It may be lonely at first, but it's the path to lasting strength. When you build your life on your own standards, the world's judgment won't affect you. Respect comes from being authentic, not from being liked. Freedom isn't about silencing others, it's about quieting your inner world and becoming grounded in your own truth. When you stop caring about others' opinions, you find your own voice, and with that, the strength to live a life that's truly your own.